National Uprising Day. On this date, 66 years ago, in Tibet's capital Lhasa, Tibetans from all three provinces unitedly rose up against the illegal occupation of Tibet and China's brutal, inhumane policies and practices in Tibet. Under the violent suppression of Chinese forces, over 1 million Tibetans lost their precious lives and compelled the legitimate Tibetan government, led by His Holiness the Great 14th Dalai Lama, followed by approximately 80,000 Tibetans, into exile. This marks the darkest and most critical period in the history of Tibet. As we commemorate the Tibetan National Uprising Day, we honour our brave martyrs and express solidarity with our brothers and sisters inside Tibet who continue to languish under the oppressive Chinese government. In these past 66 years, and more so today under the current Chinese leadership, a deliberate and dangerous strategy to eliminate the very identity of the Tibetan people as a unique human race is clearly evident. Under the pretext of strengthening the consciousness of Chinese national unity, the Chinese government is implementing extensive sinicization policies that is resulting in the gradual annihilation of Tibetan identity and deprivation of the fundamental human rights of the Tibetan people. Furthermore, under its sinicization campaign, large-scale restrictions are imposed in the monasteries with complete denial of freedom of religion. Over 1 million young Tibetan children have been forcibly enrolled in colonial-style boarding schools across Tibet. Under the guise of promoting the national common language, the use and teaching of Tibetan language is severely restricted. The Chinese government's unchecked mining and construction projects have irrevocably Tibetans and destruction of over 6,000 monasteries. As envisioned by His Holiness, Tibetan people remain committed to the path of non-violence and dialogue and finding a lasting and mutually beneficial solution to resolve the Sino-Tibet conflict through a middle way approach. It also reaffirms our confidence that the Tibetan people, the rightful custodians of the Tibetan plateau, embody unique religious and cultural traditions that cannot be erased. Indomitable spirit that cannot be broken, and an unparalleled leadership with His Holiness the Dalai Lama that cannot be replaced. Kasha's official statement last year on His Holiness's birthday, Tibetan Democracy Day, and the conferment day of Nobel Peace Prize to His Holiness the Dalai Lama briefly highlighted 3 out of the 4 principal commitments. On this occasion, the Kasha would like to highlight His Holiness' These include the 5 major sciences: grammar, Tibetan medicine, arts, Buddhist logic and Buddhist philosophy, as well as the 5 major minor sciences: poetry, performing arts, lexicography, composition and mathematics and astrology, comprising 10 fields of knowledge. There are not only a large number of translated texts, but Tibetan scholars have also written extensive commentaries on these works. Propagate Buddhism. The essence of Buddhism is studied in 3 categories: Buddhist religion, Buddhist philosophy and Buddhist science. Since the 1980s, His Holiness has initiated 38 dialogues with modern scientists on the latter 2 categories. This has significantly influenced scientific discussions on psychology, human values, neuroscience and other fields. These dialogues have greatly influenced scientific discussion around the world and enhanced the revival of the ancient Indian wisdom. His Holiness the Dalai Lama's efforts towards the revival of ancient wisdom has impacted, including analytical thinking based on logic, and introduced easy learning and great information. volume Tibetan Sanskrit dictionary, a 4-volume medical dictionary, and has trained over 1,000 students from the Himalayan regions. The Dalai Lama Institute for Higher Education in Bangalore provides education in Tibetan studies and various modern subjects, primarily to Tibetan and Himalayan students. Sarah College for Higher Tibetan Studies provides 1-year courses in Buddhist logic, secular ethics, Buddhist science and philosophy to not only Tibetan and Indian students, but also to foreign students. The Library of Tibetan Works and Archives in Dahramshala conducts Tibetan language classes and 6-year Buddhist studies programs and science workshops. Similarly, the International Nalanda University program at Tibet House, Delhi has been attended by over 6,000 students from 91 countries through its degree programs and short-term training courses. There are a number of Tibetan Buddhist centres around the world serving Buddha Dharma, and the Office of Tibet coordinates and works closely towards fulfilment of the commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Since the 1980s, His Holiness the Dalai Lama repeatedly advises the Tibetan monastic institutions in exile to study modern science and instructed Tibetan schools to incorporate logical reasoning in their curriculum. The Department of Religion and Culture and the Library of Tibetan Works and Archives continues to organise training programs for science teachers in monasteries. Various collaborative projects have been initiated between monasteries and Indian universities. Tibetan schools maintain a policy of providing education in both traditional and modern subjects through the Tibetan language. The results of training thousands of monks and students from the Himalayan regions in Tibetan monasteries and schools in exile are now visible from India's border regions to prestigious international platforms. His Holiness the Dalai Lama assigned special responsibilities to his close associates and monastic scholars, resulting in the successful compilation and publication of the 12-part compilation of Buddhist science and the 9-part compilation of Buddhist philosophy. These works have been translated into English and other languages. For reviving ancient Indo-Tibetan philosophical and Buddhist traditions, the Dalai Lama Institute for Indian and Ancient Wisdom is being established at the sacred site of Bodh Gaya, open to interested people worldwide. These are just some examples of the efforts to revive ancient Indian culture. Holiness the Dalai Lama's mission to propagate human values, global religious harmony, preservation of Tibetan language, religion and culture, and revival of ancient Indian wisdom are interconnected at their core. The best way to address Tibet's immediate and long-term challenges for us Tibetans is to understand and follow the path shown by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The indomitable spirit of Tibetans inside Tibet is the foundation of Tibetan people's aspirations, which inspires and strengthens the determination and commitment of the Tibetans in exile. We must face all the challenges confronting us with courage and in unity under the benevolent leadership of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I'd like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to governments, including the Government of India, organisations, and individuals who support the Tibetan cause and the welfare of the community.
这些能。
这位，这地方。哎，你在哪啊？
Amen.